hope you're well, same here. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 signs you are in burnout mode. And this is obviously something that comes up a lot with career unhappiness, but this is something, that I want to share because I feel that people don't like talking about burnout mode. It's seen as, it is negative, but it's seen as something that a lot of people, even when I speak to them, they sweep it under the carpet. They're kind of like, oh no, I'm all right. Unless they're really, really intuitive and they're willing to take some action and make sure that they don't want to be there anymore. So, firstly, what I want to say is, what are the signs? There are lots and lots of signs, and this is a short video. So, these are the 3 ones that I see come up a lot with the women I speak to. So, if I don't mention one, and you watch this video, in the comments, just tell me what other symptoms and signs you have seen and give me a little bit more perspective, because I'm just sharing the most common ones that have come up for myself and have come up for my clients. So, number 1 is not having enough sleep. So, those who are in workout mode, if they bring their work home with them, they will stay up really, really late and not get enough sleep. Or if they're feeling like really, really like, oh my God, I can't do this, there's so much to do, they'll come home really, really late from the office, they'll go to sleep, and then they'll go to the office again early in the morning. So when I'm saying enough sleep, not enough sleep, the average amount of hours of sleep we need is 7 to 8 hours. If you're getting only 4 to 5 hours or less than that, that is really bad, because that means, and we need sleep physiologically to recover our body, to make sure that everything is working, and to make sure that our brain is working. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're not going to be working effectively. And ultimately, what I have found, not just with myself but with my clients, is that the lack of sleep really affects their moods, it affects their productivity at work, and it affects everything. It affected me when I was unhappy at work. So I'll just give you a very, very quick example in this quick video. I would have to get to the school by about 8:30. So sometimes what I would do is, if I wasn't going to bed by 10 o'clock, I was going to bed by 12 o'clock and getting up at like 5:30, which is ridiculous. But it's because I was just really, really like, not just shattered, but I was really, really like overwhelmed a lot of the time. So there you go. So, number 1 is not enough sleep. Number 2 is a lack of a social life. And what I mean by this is, if you're seeing your friends on the weekend, then that's great. But if you're not seeing your friends at all, even on the weekends, or you're avoiding them, or you can't even make time for them, even to meet for a drink after work, or to actually fit something in, that is not good. I remember speaking to a really wonderful lady once who told me that most of her friends understand when she can't meet up, but and most of my friends used to understand when I couldn't meet up with them either. But a lot of the time, if you're feeling unhappy or if you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't actually want to meet up with your friends, because energetically you're not in a good place and you don't want to bring them down. So your lack of social life could be an energetic thing, but it could also be you feel as though you can't fit them in because, maybe you're going to work at 6 and you're coming back 10 o'clock at night, and that does happen to a lot of people. And so the lack of social life means that maybe on the weekends you actually want to lie in, or you actually just don't want to do anything if you're not working. So this one is a really, really crucial one in terms of burnout mode, because if you're not seeing your friends, you're not enjoying your life, and that's not good, and that is burnout, right? And number 3, and this is, I've already mentioned the word, but this is something which comes up so much, came up with me, is being overwhelmed with your tasks and the amount of work you have to do. So if you're in a particular role and you have to do particular tasks, but the task list is getting bigger and bigger, and your amount of productivity is not, getting smaller, then you're overwhelmed with the amount of work you're doing. You're in burnout mode, and that's not healthy, right? Um, I remember a lot of the women I have spoken to, they've said that they've caught up on the weekend with their work. I used to do that. Or on their days off, they used to do the work. And that is really not healthy either. That shows that with the amount of work that you're being given and the amount of work that you need to do, that it's not being managed in the correct way. And so, if you are feeling in burnout mode, this is what I would advise you to do. If you feel that you're not able to get all the tasks done, talk to your manager. I know that it's not always easy. Sorry about the sirens. I know it's not always easy talking to managers and telling them that, this is going on for me. Crap, what do I do? Because sometimes it almost feels as though you're a failure, but you're not. If you're overwhelmed with tasks and you're being, driven in different angles, and you're like, oh my god, I can't do this. It's not because you're not good at your job. It's just because things need to be replanned and refocused differently, right? And it's really, really important that if you are in burnout mode, what I'm going to say to you is that make sure that you're talking to somebody about it. Don't ignore it, which is why I said that at the beginning. A lot of people don't even realize they're in burnout mode, and they don't realize that they literally are burning the candle at both ends, and that also links in with health. So, if you are working long hours and you live on your own, it could be that you're living off takeaways, or you're not eating properly, or you're not even spending enough time with your family, and those things psychologically do impact on your not only your personality but your moods and everything. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to recap quickly over those three signs that you're overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, sorry, burnout. You're in burnout mode. Number one is not enough sleep. Number two is lack of social life. And number three is overwhelmed with the amount of tasks you have to do. So, lastly, what I want to just say about this video is that if you feel as though you're going through burnout and you are not career happy, please get in touch with me because I would love to speak to you. This is a lot more common than people think, and it doesn't just happen to people in the corporate world. It can, but it can happen to people in non-corporate sectors, and it's becoming more and more common due to the amount of work that people are given versus the amount of tasks and targets people have to do. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions about this video, please get in touch. Bye!